I'm here with Coraline's Collapse. Welcome, everybody. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Pretty
Pretty
good.
good.
Pretty good. Nice, nice. And, I mean, nobody can see you. I don't have the camera set up for OBS where I'm recording all of this, but feel free to introduce yourselves and what position of the band you guys play in.
I'm James. Uh, I'm lead vocals. Pretty much most of the screams.
Hell yeah.
I scream. The front man, I guess.
And you write a lot of the music.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I write the music too.
Um,
Most of it,
and
or half of
then
it.
yeah, I'm Wyatt. I play guitar and I do most of the clean vocals, and also write the music with James.
And produces.
And I do all the production, like the mixing, mastering, all that kind of the band.
Awesome, awesome. So, I got some questions here, and I have a few things to ask, right? I think that's everybody here, right? James and Wyatt. Just double checking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just us two.
Okay, perfect. So the first thing I saw from you guys is Florida. I always like butcher the name of it because it says Wacken, but I think it's Vakken.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, I
congratulations
think
on being a
so.
finalist.
Yeah,
Honestly,
thank
Yeah.
you. We're really excited.
yeah, man. I got a DJ who's over there in Canada. He's in charge, not in charge, but he's like one of the lead promoters of the Canadian one. That's how I found out about the whole uh, Vakken thing. But I saw you guys were in it. And I was like, okay, cool. And I saw finalists. I'm like, oh, that's absolutely awesome, man.
Yeah, our the first round is the 27th of this month.
Nice, nice. Hey, man, I'm wishing you guys the best of luck, honestly, on it. I really
Appreciate
am.
it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anytime, anytime. And it's kind of funny how I found Coraline's Collapse because like usually a lot of the bands I find I get like submitted to me through email or something like that, but I just was doom scrolling Facebook, really bored. It was like a Sunday or something. And you guys are in one of the I don't remember which group because I'm in like a bajillion metal and radio groups, but you were in one
Mhm.
of the metal groups I was in. I was like, you know what? Because half the time when I see bands that post in there, I usually don't have any intentions on checking them out. But I don't know what it was. Something just made me want to check out the band. So I jumped over on the
Mhm.
Spotify and I was like, all right, this is good shit. Of
Thank you. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
that.
course, man. And the song that sold me was "Sit Still." That song, I have it on my playlist. I mean, I just got back from the gym, so if I sound all screwed up in the head, that's why. But
Oh, you're good.
I have that song playing on all the playlists I got, Spotify, YouTube, everything, man. I mean, that's definitely so far my favorite one. I have heard them all though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, for I think for me it's like a tie between that and this or a car crash.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think for me, it's probably like a little bit over with Sit Still. It was definitely like a blast right on that, especially like the breakdown,
Hmm.
all that.
dude, that's the part that really sold me the most is the breakdown. I'm a big fan of a lot of like I'm huge into all different types of metal, but the one type of thing I like a lot is when it's just the growls, it screams all the crazy stuff, and then it goes into clean
Yeah.
vocals. And I honestly, I'm a huge fan of that type of stuff. So I think that's what sold me, honestly.
Appreciate that. Yeah,
Anytime.
a big part of our music is like the dual
Yeah.
vocals between me and James.
I feel like it's just kind of something you don't really see that much anymore because like with a lot of modern metal bands, it's just mostly like just one person doing all the vocals, which is still cool and it kind of shows the talent. But
It's
like
very impressive.
it is very impressive. But I will say, I think one kind of like charm about like older like metal, especially like older metalcore and like post hardcore, just having those dual vocals. They just I don't know, just kind of hits different because you have like two different voices in the band. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And like
Yeah.
me and like Wyatt, we can both scream and like sing as well. But I feel like I feel like I do better screams than he does better clean. So I feel like it just kind of adds a different kind of like dichotomy to the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, it's just a big thing for me. I think you guys are in the metalcore genre, right? I think that's what you're constituted as. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what
we're
we.
kind of in between posts. We've been leaning more towards post hardcore recently, but I would still 100% say we fit in
Yeah.
with metalcore.
Yeah, and that's the thing for me, all right? Because I love metalcore, but a lot of it sounds the same. So when I heard your guys'
Yes.
music, I was like, this is different. It's gonna get
Hmm.
played now. I mean, Dude, I just brought on a brand new DJ. I'm the radio station owner of the station Vibe Tunes. I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but I brought on a new DJ, and this guy, he has like a very themed show, so he does his own thing for his own personal show and stuff. But dude, I was hitting him in Discord. Coraline's Collapse, sit still. Here's the MP3. Play it, play it, play it, play it. And I got him sold on it. So I'm trying. Usually when
Thank
I
you.
see,
Oh yeah.
of course. I mean, usually when I see a good band that I genuinely think is good, I try to get that heard the most. I mean, cause I get submitted a lot of stuff, and I mean, I'm not gonna lie, not everybody has good music.
Yeah.
But yeah, but with that being said, so metalcore, post-hardcore. Do you have any inspirations with Coraline's Collapse? Like any specific bands influence the making of the band?
Well, I think both of us can agree that like number one would be like Under Oath for sure.
Yeah,
That's
we're
definitely one of
very
our
big Under
biggest
Oath
inspirations.
fans.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
I think
sorry, what was that?
I was gonna say like I think for me like my specific inspirations. I mean for this kind of style of music, definitely like Under Oath. I definitely would say
Chiodos.
for you. I think Chiodos. I think for me, definitely some Bring the Horizon. For like in terms of like the screams I kind of go for, like Bring the Horizon, some
Hmm.
old school Devil Wears Prada, that kind of stuff. Also some like old school Of Mice and Men.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see. I definitely do see a big "Bring Me the Horizon" type of vibe within your music, and I'm not saying
yeah.
that not their newer stuff. I mean, I like their newer stuff, but their older
Hmm.
stuff and Coraline's Collapse kind of go hand on hand. I would say.
Yeah, I would say like I definitely love all eras of them, but I think for sure for me like the peak was definitely like
There's
far from
Hell.
like Suicide Season to like up till Sempiternal. Like I think that 3 album run of like Suicide Season, There's a Hell, and like Sempiternal were just like just peak. Like I just yeah, I feel like that was just so good that whole
Yeah.
era.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, and like "Bring Me the Horizon," I feel like these days they're not. They're still heavy enough, but I feel like they've dropped down in heaviness quite a bit.
Hmm.
They've went more. I can't say pop because it's not. They're nowhere close to pop, but they're more mainstream type of music now rather
Yeah.
than
Yeah,
mainstream
I
metal.
mean they kind of just do anything because I mean for a bit they were pop and then they went back to be more heavy and they kind of like just found like a blend of just like heavy and like kind of pop. So it's kind of like they kind of just do their own thing, which is
Yeah.
kind of why I like them so much because I feel like compared to every other like modern day band, like metal
Yeah,
band out there, I feel like you can really just tell it's Bring the Horizon. Like it feels fresh and new, like it's exciting to listen
Mhm.
to.
I
'Cause,
feel
like
like also a lot of those bands copy Bring Me the
yeah, they
Horizon
also
too.
just kind of every whatever Bring the Horizon does, they're like copying that. I mean, also it's like more apparent now, with, like Jordan Fish because he left the band. Now he produces like half of the scene,
Yeah.
pretty much.
yeah. I mean, I'm friends with a pretty growing. I mean, I would say they're probably big at this point. I don't know if you heard of them. They're a metalcore band actually from where I'm at, New Jersey. They're called Advents. Have you ever had a chance to listen to them before?
I feel like I've heard
Yeah,
of
I
the
think
name.
I've heard of the name, but I don't like. I'm not really super familiar with them.
Yeah,
I mean, I caught them at the beginning, like the beginning, and they blew up like big time. But when I talk to them, pretty much like, and usually I ask every band like their inspirations on music, but they're they're metalcore. But they gave me like some crazy different answers for inspirations. They gave me, I believe one of them was like Nails, the deathcore band.
Oh, I
They
love Nails.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, I think Nails is one of the few bands that got me into death metal. Them, Slaughter to Prevail, Angel Maker. Like, those are probably the big three. I mean, you're out in
Mhm.
Florida. You should know Body Snatcher, I hope.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I'm actually wearing an Immolation shirt right now. If you are familiar with them.
I am, yep.
Yeah.
In Florida, honestly, is just to kind of go a little bit off subject. Like Florida is a really big metal area. I have a lot of my
Yes.
friends with metal. I mean, I got friends who play like 80s type metal, going all the way up to death metal. There are a lot of them are from Florida,
Hmm.
and that makes me just kind of wonder, I guess, in a way, like in that stacked Florida scene with all the different bands. Have you ever had the chance to work with any of those bands, and how were those experiences?
I don't know if we've really got to play with it. I'm trying to think. I don't think we've really got to play with any super big metal bands here in
Yeah,
Florida.
not yet. But
I don't think they're from here. I think the big we're about to play with Smile Empty Soul. Not super much. Not. necessarily in our genre, but definitely a big band for sure.
Yeah, I will say. I mean, is it announced yet, or it's about to be?
I think it's announced. It is announced.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay,
we can say that.
Yeah, just making sure.
Yeah, man. Smile Empty Soul, aren't they? They're more new metal-y, right? Like that's kind of the vibe I
Yeah,
get from them.
They had
Yeah.
a song on Punisher, the old Punisher movie.
yeah, they did.
Every time I think of that, you guys are probably gonna have "Bottom of a Bottle" stuck in my head for the rest of the day because you just
Yep.
mentioned their name. I mean, that's like their, yeah, it's like the ACDC's type thing. When they got Back in Black, I mean, this band's got "Bottom of a Bottle," but ACDC's
Yep.
another
Yeah.
band who kind of falls into that category, I guess, of like sounding the same, but
Hmm.
they did it somehow. But yeah, I mean the Florida scene is pretty big. I would say. I mean, like I said, a lot of the bands that I've interviewed, I even have a band out in Florida, uh, Sarasota. They're called Seasons of the Wolf. Very big supporters of my station, and dude, they've been around probably longer than all of us have been around. I mean, I'm young. I'm 22, so
You're like around our age, man. I'm 20. I just turned 23. Why
Yeah.
you're 20?
I'm 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
damn. All right, yeah. See, I'm not that young, man. I'm
Yeah.
23
Actually,
in
no. One
August.
band that we did get to play with. What is their name? The band that we played with at DJ and Gina's. What is their name?
Soul Switch.
We got to play with Soul Switch. They're pretty well known, like in Orlando. Like they were actually the first concert I ever went to when I was like 16. I saw them open for Dark Divine, and we got to play with them like last year. It was really cool.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're very good.
Let's see.
These got some insane vocals.
Let me do some live research. I have over 12,000 songs on the computer. I do not have Soul Switch though. I'll have to check them out.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, they're
good.
crazy good.
They've been
That's
around for a while. Like I want to say.
yeah. Dark Divine I know of. They're also on the same label with Advent, and I could
Mm.
probably talk to them, but I have to get to know more of their music. I've heard it or I've like played it like really quickly like on the shows and stuff, but I always see they're dropping something new though, like pretty frequently.
Yeah, there's definitely some big bands right now in the post-hardcore metalcore scene that are like really killing it. Like
So I think number one would be I
I
Promise
Promise
the
the
World.
World right now
Yeah.
is doing really good.
They're like younger than us. Like, I think they're like
Yeah,
18, 19.
yeah. Some of them are in their 20s, but like
Yeah.
Ashes at Last, they're from like Cali. They're really cool. They're like old crabcore. Um,
There's
we
this
have
band like around our size from Texas. They're super cool. Hopefully we get to do some shows with them soon.
Gene,
Gene Ross, they're dope.
yeah, Gene Ross is good. And though that I think they're from also from Texas. Collective Dust. Are they from Texas?
No, they're from Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
Collected Us. They're like a Christian crabcore band. They're
Mhm.
fire. They're
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I think to talk about age for a second, I think you guys are like tied for the youngest band I've ever talked to. A lot of the bands I talked to are older. The only
Hmm.
band
Yeah.
that may have you guys beat was like I interviewed this like goth girl death metal band, and that one I had the camera on for, man, so I was fucking shaking in my boots. But um, yeah, they were cool, sort of, I guess. But you know, yeah, you guys are I think up there with like the youngest bands I've ever interviewed. A lot of the people I talked to have been around for decades, man. So I like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
What's
I
up?
will say for me, like it feels kind of weird because like I mean, yeah, I guess in the grand scheme of things, we are pretty. I mean, we are a newer band and like we are pretty young, but like also I guess looking back on like the bands that like I grew up listening to or like have inspired me, like I feel
they were even younger.
well they're like around our age, like when they were like
Yeah.
starting out or like just starting. So I kind of feel like I feel like I'm around that age, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always think it's pretty good to get like an early start too, because you
Yeah,
can, figure things out along the way. And I mean, I think you guys are doing pretty good. One thing I can give you credit for, I guess, is the promotion. Like that's another thing I can give you credit for. I mean, you're using Facebook a lot more than some artists that I know that have been around for years. So I'll give you guys credit on
Yeah.
that. I don't follow
Shout out
you
my
on
mom.
other places.
yeah. Shout out Wyatt's mom. She's the goat at like running our social media and
Yeah.
doing promotion stuff.
She
She's
like
awesome.
pretty much does all the Facebook stuff because I'm like I don't know how to.
Yeah, I don't even browse Facebook. I will say, like on
It's
Instagram.
really good though. I didn't realize how many like people. I mean, obviously I know people use Facebook, but I didn't realize like we've gotten so many opportunities from Facebook versus Instagram, like exponentially more.
Yeah,
the thing is, like, Facebook has quite a bit of flaws, but it has, for some reason, at times, this really strong algorithm where you can just get pushed to the oblivion. And,
Yeah.
like, I mean, dude, I'm 22. If I wasn't running a radio station, I guarantee you I would not be on Facebook. But, um, yeah, that's probably where our strongest reach is. Like, we're on every single platform, and Facebook is our strongest reach by a mile.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think the only reason I ever use Facebook is just to like lowball people on
On
Marketplace.
Marketplace, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what you gotta use it for. Dude,
Oh
exactly.
yeah.
I tried lowballing a few people. Didn't work very well. But
I sold an Xbox on there like a couple months
About that
ago.
musician grind, we've got some
Yeah, no.
good equipment off there for the that we use at our shows. Some of my equipment is actually from Marketplace.
Yeah, that is true. I was just
Yeah.
saying, like, I remember off topic, but like I sold an Xbox a couple months ago, and like so many people lowballed me. It was like it was a Series S, like which that thing's kind of just dookie now that I have a
Yeah.
PC, but like that's beside the point.
Yeah. No, I've tried to sell some things on there before, and people try to lowball me. I I had these like Funko Pops for years and years and years, and I just needed money, so I was trying to sell one of them that was like valued at like $70-$80, and this dude's like, "I'll buy it for 10." I was like, "No, like that's not happening, bro." He's like, "All right, 15." I'm like, "How about 70, the initial price?" And then I just lost contact to the dude.
That's hilarious. Yeah,
Dude, just some
that's just how I mean, man.
yeah, there's some fucking people on there, man. I'll tell you that. But tying back into the music for a second here. So Coraline's collapse. I feel like I should have led the interview with this question, but when did it form and how did it form?
Yeah, I started I think in
Like 23, right?
23, like early 23. Um, all of the members besides me are like completely different now. But yeah, it was like originally it was gonna be like a punk kind of post-hardcore, like Escape the Fate kind of thing, which we've kind of almost circled back to that sound. Um, and I didn't do vocals. I just played guitar and like wrote music and like did all the mixing and stuff. So I had like full demos I wrote with just by myself, and then I started the band with a drummer who she was only in the band for like maybe a week, and then we had a vocalist, and he did all the vocals. And for like the first year, we I think we wrote like basically a full album that we ended up not releasing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then we had got a drummer and a guitar player, and that drummer we had up until our last show. That was his last show on what was that on the
Valentine's Day.
on Valentine's Day. Um, Nothing like bad happened. He just parted way with the band.
Yeah, just other like goals in life, you know.
Yeah. But the vocalist, this was like I guess like 2 years ago, we had to get him out of the band. And I we had a show in like 2 weeks, and I had to learn how to do vocals and scream and play the guitar and all this at once. And I wasn't even necessarily planning on staying as vocals. It was kind of just like temporary. And then I ended up kind of just that just stayed like that. We were kind of like almost like Bullet My Valentine style, just because having to play the guitar and scream and stuff at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, and so that was the band lineup for like probably a good year, I would say.
Like, I mean,
Almost a
what was
year.
that Lucy's show?
Yeah, like
August, right?
yeah, like a year pretty much. It was
But
just
like probably like generally like 8 months. I want to say because then I joined like May of last year.
yeah,
Because we had basically around that time that all happened. I hit up Y because I met our old drummer. Like I knew him. I met him at the gym, and he like mentioned that he was in a band. And I checked it out. I was like, oh, this stuff's pretty good. Because it was like kind of right up my alley, honestly. Just like, oh, I'm metalcore band like in this area, it's like in Gainesville, like where we're from. I was kind of like, well, that's pretty cool. And so I was like, well, who does your guys are producing? He's like, oh, Wyatt does all of that. And so he sent me Wyatt's Insta, and I hit him up and was like, would you be down to make some music sometime? And so he was like, yeah. And we had this little side project that's called Sign of Our Times. I guess it's kind of like, I wouldn't even know. I mean, I guess kind of just more metal, I guess.
yeah. There were 3 songs, and they're all
They're
very
all kind of
different.
different. But basically, that's how we had that little side project for a bit. And then basically, why just hit me up back in like May. I was like, do you just want to join Coraline's Collapse? And I was like, oh, yeah, let's do that. And then originally, I was just going to become the the other guitars because George, our old guitarist from that
going off to
lineup,
college.
he was going off to college. And so from just practicing, we kind of were like a 5-piece for a little bit. And that's kind of how we figured out like dual vocals was definitely like the move to go. Cause like, but it just took all the load off of Wyatt for like doing all the vocals. Cause we just split it up as like, let me do all the screams and you do all the cleans. We're like, oh, this is like phenomenal. And then I just do the mic, then I kind of can.
And you have and you do the harmonies too.
And the harmony for the choruses too, yeah.
Yeah. So definitely like our live performance got a lot better. And then he helped me write our last 2 singles and the one that we have coming out on March 5th.
Yep.
Called Waiting for a Reason. That's our next song we have coming out that we both wrote together.
So 2 things. Number 1, I definitely do see that Bullet for My Valentine in there. I think that's what I initially saw. Dude, in high school, that was like, I was listening to Tears Don't Fall like every day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt.
Yeah, that's actually the song that got me into metal.
This song that got. I don't think there was a song specifically that got me into metal. I got into it, I guess, kind of late. I guess 2014. I knew of like one band. I had one band to play with, and I had to learn the rest from there, and that was Metallica. They are my favorite band, which is such a normie pick, but
they're good though.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they revolutionized metal. They're a big part of the pioneers of metal of like what we have today. But yeah, I think they were probably like around there. But I think the first couple bands I got into was Seether, Bullet for My Valentine, which the first song of theirs I heard was Your Betrayal.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Then Metallica, and then the rest just kind of came naturally. I have no idea. But
I remember like discovering Seether when I was like 8, dude. That was fire.
I got into Seether really late.
Yeah.
Like maybe last year, honestly.
Dude, they I don't know, man. Bullet for My Valentine is just like a really good band. I know that's like easy to say, but they have a lot of really good stuff out there. Are they still releasing music though? Because I haven't seen anything new from them.
I think so, right?
They're supposedly working on a new album that's supposed to be like. He said it's their best album. I don't think anything will ever beat The Poison.
Yeah.
But yeah, that album was super influential for me, especially the early sound of the band. Like the 2 tracks that have our old vocalists on it, like Poison and Starve for 100 Time, and then Lost Ground, which is like the first song with my vocals on it. Those are like, well, especially like Poison and Lost Ground. Those are like very Bullet for My Valentine inspired.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. But the other thing I was gonna say here is Waiting for a Reason comes out March 5th, right?
Yes.
Tell me about that song, about the creation, some inspiration, all that fun stuff.
Well, I mean, I pretty much wrote it all. Quite literally, we wrote it in like 2 days. Like I started it like Christmas morning. I was like, well, I got nothing to do today, it's Christmas, right?
Yeah.
So Wyatt does all the producing, right? But I also have like FO on my computer and I have like some kind of mediocre plugins, which is enough for me to like write demos, right? Yeah. So, I just started working on that demo that day.
You sent me like the chorus and the verse.
Yeah, pretty much.
With vocals, I think too.
Yeah, I had the vocals on it too. And Wyatt was like, yeah, this shit's like heavenly. Let's keep doing that. And so he added some stuff on that. He sent it back to me and then I added more. And then pretty much the next day I was like, I went over to his house, we just like recorded the full song. And then by the end of that day, we're like, oh, we're done.
Yeah.
It was pretty much completely done. All we had to do was just mix and master it.
Which took probably like a month.
Yeah, that part. Well, I mean, we also had jobs and school to do, so that was the other.
And we have another song on the back burner.
That too.
Little teaser there.
Little teaser.
That we're working on.
In terms of like what the song's about, I mean, it's just like, basically just not being able to get over an ex. It's just kind of simple heartbreak, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, it's kind of funny that you brought that up. Not that I'm getting over an ex, but I was watching a movie today. It just came out. It's called Solo Mio by Kevin James. I don't know why that correlated. I mean, it correlates specifically because it's a rom-com, but have you seen any of that promotion on TikTok at all for that movie?
Is that where he's like acting as the teacher, like?
Yes.
And then it turns out he's like, oh yeah, it was like it isn't him. Yeah, I've seen some of that. Yeah.
I mean, dude, like honestly, I'm not a huge movie guy, but like I kept seeing the dude on my For You page, and I'm like, obviously this is Kevin James. Like, what is he up to? And then after doing some research, I'm like, all right, new movie February 6th. So I watched it today. I don't know, it's a good movie. I mean, I'm not a huge movie guy, so what I might call a good movie might be like completely dog shit to somebody else. But it
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like movies, but I don't know if my movie takes are good. Like I like Transformers and Star Wars.
Yeah, dude. I've like my favorite movie is Spider-Man 2 and like Interstellar, and I think I probably had Tron Legacy in there too. That's such a banner. It's underrated.
all right, who's the best Star Wars Sith? I need this aired out right now.
I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, Anakin, bro.
Yeah,
He just
Anakin.
like
Oh
swamped
man.
the floor, man.
Hey man, I guess I'm controversial. I like Darth Maul. That's my favorite
Oh,
Star
Darth
Wars.
Maul's
Okay,
fire.
wait.
Darth Maul's fire. Darth Maul was
That's
fucking
true,
sick, especially
actually.
like when they got Sam Withers to like, he. I mean, Sam Withers himself. I'll go on a rant, dude. He's like carrying the Star Wars franchise because
And
he
him
made.
like sacrificing himself or trying to sacrifice himself during the Clone Wars.
I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say like Sam Withers himself, like just if you just look at an interview, like bro, like knows the whole lore of like Star Wars and like the whole Legends canon and all that. It's like fire. Like he's carrying that franchise right now.
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I think that wasn't what got me into Star Wars when I was younger. I can't say I'm like a super attached person to it. I've seen all 9 episodes. The last 3 were not my bag. They kind of sucked.
No.
But
I never even I watched 7. I was like, that's all right. But then I heard all the dog shit about 8 and 9. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just save my
It feels like
grace
listening
just
to
to watch it.
it feels like listening to new metalcore bands.
yeah,
Or
dude,
like AI metal bands.
I can go on a rant about AI. Fucking
Oh God, we
Oh
could
god, yeah,
do.
we can.
like, dude, if it's number one, it's completely banned from my radio station. If anybody's playing AI music, that's like a penalty right
Oh
there.
yeah.
Like, I don't support that shit. I mean, there's so many bands that are in this scene that are busting their ass day in and day out, going through gigs,
Yeah.
going through all these concerts, trying to promote, and it's just some guy with like 10 to 20 seconds of time goes on Suno AI and just spits out some bullshit and publishes it. I don't know.
Oh yeah. It's
It's so ass.
yeah, and I think it genuinely also hurts artists because there's so much of it that's like flooding the Spotify algorithm that it like
Yeah.
doesn't know. Like I think like our other project, Sign Over Time, that's on Spotify, it's like very dead because we never really promoted it.
I mean, yeah, that, and I mean, but we have this. This is
And
like
but like on the radio, there was like AI bands on there, and I'm like, why is it grouping
yeah.
AI music
It's like
with?
now I'm offended. I'm like, dude. I mean, I wouldn't say it was like the best music. I was like, I don't think it was that bad. Like, God damn.
Yeah,
But
It, dude,
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
for me, honestly, like I heard something that like really pissed me off as a radio station owner. Over in the actual big leagues of like corporate radio, Sirius XM, they did an entire like 5 hour segment of artificial intelligence music, and they were like, "Oh,
well,
this is good, this is gonna go and revolutionize." I'm like, dude, this is so paid off, bro. Like this
Yeah.
is
What the hell?
like I don't
I
like
don't know if
it.
you've seen that the record deal of like I think I forgot what record like label did it, but basically they did a record deal with Suno so that way they could use the likeness of their artists to like continue making music with Suno so people could just like generate music like that.
it's terrible. Yeah,
Hmm.
And I mean, all it's really doing overall is just hurting the scene and hurting any music
Yeah.
scene, whether you're rock, metal, country, folk, fucking hard style. Like it doesn't matter really
yeah, it
where
doesn't
you
even
are.
everything. Yeah,
And yeah, I don't know, man. It definitely grinds my gears. And I've had like a couple of DJs go and play like accidentally play AI music. I'm like, dude, this is AI. It's like, no, it's not. I'm like, wow, this is how we know we're in a time period where it's hard to recognize. Well, also, again, I will
yeah,
say, no shade to my people. I am the youngest on my entire station, so I have that tech savvy part of me and that
yeah.
Yeah.
the good ears. But yeah, I
You
don't
can
know.
tell for sure, but like it's because I was messing with it for a while when it first came out because I was like, I need to understand this because I know this is going to be a problem. It has like a thing to it that you can just
It's like
tell, and now like
I describe it as like a fuzz to
it
like
has like
mix and
and like a phasiness, and I can hear it now. Anytime I hear something, I'm like, that's AI,
yeah.
and even my mom will be like, it's not. I'm like, it is.
Yeah, that I messed around with it once just to see what the hell it was all about. And besides the fuzz, it also likes to use like the same lyrics and just in different
Oh yeah,
words a lot. Like it, I don't know, man. It was just terrible.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very bad, and it trains off of real artists too. I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can imagine one day we just open it, we just see a new AI band. And it's like, well, that kind of sounds like our voices, though.
Yeah.
But I will say, I think to point out AI artists is like, you just look on their page and like, how did they drop 3 albums in 2025? That's kind of interesting, you know.
Mhm.
That's another thing. They have like a whole bunch of music released already in like a short time frame, and they have a
Yeah.
bunch of listeners already.
60 songs in a span of a month. Like,
Yeah.
dude, there was this one. I don't remember the name of this AI band, but my like DJ played them, and I was like, dude, that's AI. He's like, how do you know? I said, because they claim they're from Germany, but their description's in Spanish, and they have like fucking 9 albums released in the span of 3 months.
No, they're just actually just really locked in and committed to the grind, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're extremely bilingual as well, apparently. But yeah. So speaking of things, any new gigs on the way?
Yeah, we got one. Well, this Saturday.
Yeah.
In our hometown, Gainesville at Festinos, and then after that, the next Friday, so the 27th, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we have the whacking competition. So we're definitely really excited for that.
Yeah. The 21st will be our first show with our new members. We have new bass, guitar, and drums. So that'll be like our kind of like a little test run show, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I saw you guys play over. I think it was at the Brass Mug lately. That's like the only place that I can recall in Florida that's constantly getting bands circulating in and out of them, like playing there and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How is that
Yeah, that's
place?
where we're going for whacking, and we also have a show. We have a show there. I can't remember the date, but we do have
Like
another
April.
show there. It's in April. Yeah.
Yeah. How is the Brass Mug to perform in? Have you played there before? Or?
We played there one
Yeah,
time.
it's
It
a
has
really
a
nice stage. It's huge.
it's a yeah, the sound there also is really nice. I say when we played, like we didn't have like a super big crowd, but it was I think it was on like kind of a weird day.
Yeah.
But the venue is super nice. Like
Yeah.
very, very nice.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I was just thinking about if I ever come down to Florida, going over to the Brass Mug, because there's always something going on there, and usually, probably every week, there's at least a band I know that's playing there.
Yeah, that or also the Conway. That's in Orlando, but
Yes.
that's a fire venue as well.
Probably has some of the best sound in, dare I say, Florida. Like, I mean, that the sound guys, like you can hear like very rarely can you hear every individual kick drum like so clean,
Yeah.
like fast double bass. Like you could hear it wasn't just like a sub just stream of bass. Like you could really hear the drums and everything so clearly. The sound there is like phenomenal.
It was a great venue too. It was fire.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome, awesome. But yeah, that pretty much ran through everything I had to ask you guys here today. So first and foremost, I definitely appreciate James and Wyatt. I think James, right? I'm bad at names.
Yep.
Yes.
Perfect.
Oh, you're good.
Awesome. Yeah, I've done too many interviews where I'm calling people the wrong names. Happens too much. So thank you guys for
Oh
joining.
yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man.
And if there's anything you'd like to tell anybody listening about the band, about yourselves, the floor is completely yours.
Pre-save Waiting for a Reason. That comes out March 5th. You can pre-save it on Spotify.
Yeah, the link is in our bio.
Yeah,
So
link's in our
follow
bio.
us we're on all social, so follow us
Yeah,
wherever.
Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you guys again. I appreciate it. Once
Yeah,
again,
thank you so much for having us.
hey, anytime, anytime.